Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Libra in January 2020. What's going on, Libra? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. All right, Libra, welcome to January 2020 on EmpathicFire. How are you? How was your New Year's? Hope it was good. I had a good one. Planned a party for my friends and family that went off very well. Everybody had a good time. I enjoyed myself. It was amazing. So hopefully you had a wonderful New Year's as well. Welcome back to those who are viewing me again, or welcome for those who are viewing for the first time. I had a little bit of a hiatus over the holidays. Took about 2.5 weeks to kind of get myself back up to speed. We're definitely late with the monthlies, but you know, we're gonna make up for it. I'm gonna find a way to get myself back on schedule. So anyway, not much to do with you, just kind of, you know, letting you know what I've been doing with my life. Anyway, guys, I have shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome, pardon me, and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. You can check in the description box for the timestamp if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. If you have a question before you place an order, just go ahead and email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can. If you guys haven't been able to tell, or, you know, maybe you have been able to tell, I am getting over a cold. My voice is a little distorted. My sinuses are a little cloggy, so I might have to pause here and there to kind of take care of that because it's gross and I don't want to subject you to it. All right, Libra, let's get into this. I want to see Libra's outcome for January 2020. Please show me Libra's outcome in January 2020. Please show me. Whoa, pretty quick. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Say what? And yeah, they're like, yep, it's like that. That's like one of the fastest I've ever seen in my life. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and flip what came face down for you. Look at this. He was popping out in the pre-shuffle. Oh, Libra, no. Don't cry. Don't be crying. Hopefully it's not you, but we'll see. It could be. All right, guys, let's get into this. Please show me where Libra is in January 2020. Libra in January 2020. Please show me. Wow. Okay, they're not gonna let me get away from it. So I guess you are the one crying. Oh no, Libra. Coming into January, you come in with the 5 of Cups. Despite this being the happy deck, you don't look so happy there. I am gonna say you, Libra, because, you know, it's a general one and you're the person that this video is intended for. But it is a general, so it could go the other way. It could be someone else that you're dealing with. But 5 of Cups. Sad. I feel as though there's a heavy heart situation going on here, or there's a feeling of being dismayed. I feel you or someone that you're dealing with is really distraught over a particular loss. Now, what's the loss? It could be recent in some cases, and in other cases it's not like a recent loss. It might just be reminiscing and remembering a certain loss. And it doesn't have to be, you know, when we say loss, it doesn't have to be about of a person through death or passing or anything like that. It could just be the loss of a friendship, a loss of a certain relationship. It could just be the loss of self, you know, feeling like I used to be this or I used to have that, and kind of just like reminiscing on what used to be. That's more the point of the 5 of Cups, is we're not able to let go of or get over or properly process what used to be. Why do we say that? Because we see in the foreground there the 3 cups that are spilled at his feet, and then of course, you know, what many tarot readers will tell you is there are 2 cups behind this individual that they need to pay attention to. So there is a silver lining here. Not all is actually lost. You know, life goes on, people change, circumstances change, and we need to remember what we have, you know, because again, this is the 5 of Cups. Only 3 of them have spilled. You know, that's the, what is that? Oh, that's 60%. Ooh, that's easy. I can do that. You've lost 60% of what you had. five total cups, each worth 20%, right? So you lost 60% of what you have. And that is quite, detrimental or a hard pill to swallow, so to speak. But if you ignore the 2 cups that you have, the 40% of what remains, it's kind of like you're doing yourself a disservice. So there is a tendency when we see the 5 of Cups, Libra, for someone to be wallowing, for someone to be sort of, kicking themselves when they're down and, not able to see the bigger picture sometimes. That could be going on here. So it's going to play in, different ways for all of you. This is about, some type of emotional loss. This is about the loss of a loved one or the loss of a relationship, feeling as though you used to be something. Like maybe it could be loss of a job, loss of money. It could be many things. So the problem again, or not the problem, the challenge, because 5s are challenges, right? They're sort of obstacles, but they're obstacles that we can overcome. They're not forever. 5s are not long-lasting energies. They're like, kind of flared up energies of intensity and feeling, put upon or being put in an imposition sometimes. So the challenge here is to not dwell, okay? Whoever that's for, do not dwell in that 5 of Cups energy, okay? Excuse me. Am I going to break already? Yes, my sinuses are telling me. I'll be right back. All right, Libra. Don't get sick, guys. It's not fun. So you start with the 5 of Cups. Let's see what happens next. What happens next? Please show me. Okay. So I think that we've got it. I think that we might have an issue where people are leaving our lives or situations are changing around us, and it's just like not feeling like fun. And yeah, okay. Where? Okay. So I feel as though we're dealing with people who are, yes, thank you. Really? We're going to jump? No. I mean, which one? They keep showing me these 2 knights, and I'm drawn to them. So I'm trying to figure out which one, because I think they're connected, but I don't know which one comes first. So please, which of these 2? Okay, thank you. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be dealing with an Earth sign, but you don't have to be. All knights move, okay, in tarot. If you're unfamiliar, but, you're about to be familiar. All knights move, meaning they show action. They show actual, like, physical comings and goings in our lives, right? So this could be a friend of yours, this could be a lover, this could be a family member, it could be anybody. And they don't have to be an Earth sign, it's just they have this quality of Earth. And I feel as though this is something, whoever this is, they're important to you, Libra. They're very important to you. You love them very much. You care about them, you wish them well, you want to see good things happen in their life. But I feel as though there may have been like some rocky, might have been a fallout recently, or there may have been a disagreement or an argument that has happened recently with you. And I think you didn't think it was that bad, but this person took it very seriously, and they took it kind of hard, or it somehow out of whatever transpired between the 2 of you, this person kind of said, okay, I know what I have to do now. And they have a resolve within them that says, I'm going to now do this. So, okay, I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but you know how some people like give ultimatums or like kind of, give like little threats? Well, if you don't do this, then blah, 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 and you say it to sort of quote unquote scare a person or influence them to do the opposite or to not do it or call their bluff. This person is like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And you're like, wait. You're seriously going to do that? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. So, I mean, let's just give a more concrete example. Let's say this is like your young adult kid. Like, let's say it's like a teenager, or like someone in their 20s, like, you know, your kid graduated from college and they've been living with you for 2 years, and you know, you're just like through the roof. I'm tired of doing your laundry, I'm tired of you not doing this, I'm tired of you not taking, you know, care of the dog, blah 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 blah. As the parent, you're just like so fed up with what you have perceived as your child being spoiled, right? Or not, you know, doing their fair share of chores around the house, or not carrying their weight around the house. And so you might say to them, ultimatum, if you don't shape up, you're gonna have to leave, you're gonna have to get out of here. And this person calls your bluff. You know, you're trying to call their bluff, they call your bluff. So they're like, okay, I'll move out in 2 weeks. You know, again, because nights indicate some type of movement, some type of, you know, actual dynamic energy. And so you're kind of gobsmacked, standing there going, what? Okay. Now, I don't know who you are, Libra, and I don't know, I mean, I'm not a parent, so I can't know what I would be like if I was dealing with my kid who was living with me post-college. But if you don't mean it, don't say it. This person basically is like, oh, you mean that? Okay, then I'll go ahead and I'll adhere to that. So you're not kicking them out, but they certainly aren't staying. Does that make sense? And that could be why you're regretting something, because also 5 of Cups can talk about regrets, can talk about, you know, what, again, like crying over what was. Oh, it was nice when my son or my daughter was living with me, and even though they were kind of a pain in the butt, it was just nice to have them home. A lot of parents feel that way, you know. At least that's what I understand. I again, don't have firsthand experience. So this person is making moves, slowly but surely, because it is a Knight of Pentacles. They move slow, to change the circumstances, or to act and behave differently going forward. And that may or may not have been your intention, but that is what they have decided to do. I feel as though out of all of the Knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the most decisive, is the most resolute, and part of it, I'm gonna tell you, is a little spiteful, because I think that this person, either within your dynamic or just in general, they don't like people to challenge them to things and not mean it. This person may have had a history of people thinking they're incapable, or thinking that they're not actually going to do the things that they set out to do. I feel that this person, either as a new development in their personality, or what has always been there but has been maybe dormant, has now finally found a resolve to follow through on things. So this person, from your estimation or someone else's, may have been lazy before, may have, you know, been kind of a slacker at a previous point in their life. Not anymore. This person has a new shine on that armor, has a new, you know, spring in their step, a new twinkle in their eyes that says, okay, when I'm challenged to do something, or if a situation looks difficult, I'm not going to shy away from it. So, you know, as much as when this kid of yours, going back to that example, graduated college, needed a place to stay many times, more often than not, kids return home. You know, they live with their parents for a few months, years, whatever it is, in some cases, decades, after they graduate college. And, you know, that is like a stepping stone, you know, help me out. You know, it's a lower rent, you know, utilities might be all inclusive in the rent if you pay rent towards your parents, or maybe you don't pay rent, maybe you take care of this, or whatever the agreement is, right? It's a stepping stone. It's a helping out. This person might reject that in a way, to be spiteful. As much as you're helping me, as much as you've done me this favor, mom and dad, by putting me up after I graduated and I have this job, which, you know, whatever the reasoning, this person, to make a point, is going to step up to the plate and kind of face maybe unnecessary challenges of finding an apartment on their own, or finding new people to live with where their expenses are going to go up. You know, you might say, okay, you can live here, rent is, you know, $300 a month, you know, no questions asked, you know, blah blah blah. That could have been the agreement in your house, Libra. But now that you guys have had it, like I said back here with the 5 of Cups, I felt as though there was a recent argument or falling out between you and other people. And so this person, based on that, is like, you know what, I'm just going to leave. And so they find an apartment on their own. Turns out rent is $700 a month. and you know, they've been able to save over the past few years living with you, and they're just going to make do. Like, as much as this person, which is almost counterintuitive to the Knight of Pentacles, by the way. The Knight of Pentacles is very sound, is very smart, is very savvy, especially when it comes to pentacles, things of value, right? But I feel as though to prove a point is more important right now for this person. I'm going to prove you and everybody else wrong in thinking that I'm here taking advantage of the situation, living with my parents, living with relatives, whatever. I'm actually going to go do this thing and show you. Ah, there it is. I'm like, why is this? Because I'm like, so this person does that. They make a decision to move out or do something differently. It doesn't have to be specifically about moving out of the house. That's not going to resonate with everybody. But this person now is doing something different to make a point, to show you, to put egg on your face. Something like that. Why do they do that? This is the action they take. They do it slowly. They're not going to do it overnight. This is not somebody where, you know, the night after the argument, they move out the next morning. No, this person is like, okay, I'm moving out. Give me a month. You know, they're slowly making this move. The motivation is here. In the Knight of Cups, water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They don't have to be a water sign or an earth sign. I'm just telling you what's associated with the court cards, right? So the motivation for them to do this is the Knight of Cups. I think that this person emotionally wants to... This is not a word I would use. It's not part of my lingo. But this person is like stunting, they're fronting, they're perpetrating, basically. They're making a big deal out of it. Okay. This is not what I think is happening. I mean, in some of your cases, maybe some of you have little kids and not like, you know, adult children. But you know how I'm sure we've all experienced it or seen it. When little kids get fed up, like little toddlers, you know, get fed up. They go to their room and like they pack a little bag. They pack like their little, like, you know, doctor, what is that doctor? That little like Dr. Stuffins or McStuffins, or, you know, their little Paw Patrol bag. And they throw all their little toys in there and they come downstairs. I'm leaving. I'm moving out. Because why? Because last night you told them to finish their peas and carrots and they hate peas and carrots. You know, because you told them there will be no iPad this weekend because they didn't, you know, do something nice in school, because they, you know, were acting up in school. So there's no more iPad this weekend. So they run up to their room and they pack all their toys in their little bag and they make a big stink out of it. I'm leaving. You don't love me. Blah, 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 blah. You know, that's just an example. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but that's the sentiment here. It's like, because you and them have had a disagreement, because there has been a falling out, whatever reason, this person wants to make a big show of, I'm a big boy, I'm a big girl, I can take care of myself. And that might be true. You know, whether or not it's true, I don't know. But there's this idea of, I don't need you, is kind of what they want to throw in your face, Libra. It's kind of petty, but it makes them... I don't want to say it makes them happy, but it gives them some type of pleasure to take you down a peg or two. And I'm saying this kind of, you know, I'm telling you, the feeling I have is that this is a regular thing between you two. Like this back and forth, like argumentative energy, which is why I keep being drawn to like parents and children. I think there is a natural tug of war that goes on between parents and children. This could be between friends, this could be between spouses, this could be between, you know, any other type of relationship. This could be a coworker thing, I don't know. But I feel as though there's this natural push and pull that happens with parentals and their children that doesn't make or break the love you feel for each other or the commitment that you have towards each other. the fidelity that you have towards each other, the camaraderie or the companionship that you feel for this person. So that might be why there is this Five of Cups in the starting position. They're moving out. Oh, I'll miss them, or, something changes and that upsets you. But again, I told you, the thing about the Five of Cups is there is a silver lining. 2 cups remain. You guys are still connected. Parents and children, best friends, brothers and sisters, spouses. This could be, mommy's gonna spend the weekend at her sister's house for the next month and a half, and then she'll come back. Or she'll, whatever. I don't know the complexities and the nuances of what you're going through, but what I feel is, as much as this person is moving away, changing their behaviors, changing how they react to you, or changing what they provide in the situation, how they show up, basically, how they show up is what they're changing. And you might be standing there gobsmacked, shocked, displeased, whatever. As much as that is like kind of unpleasant to deal with right now, I feel as though the totality of your relationship is not truly changing. You're still going to be family. You're still going to be best friends. You're still going to be connected in some form or fashion. And in the meantime, or in the current moment as this is going to be, this is going to, play out for some of you. It's already happened. It's happening now. It will happen in the future, but whatever. In the current moment, this person is kind of pleased to make you upset. Again, the little kid running down the stairs with their little backpack on. I'm leaving. You're 6 years old. You're not going anywhere. I did that when I was a kid. I ran away. I didn't get far. So it's that thing of, I don't like this. And I'm putting on the tone of a child only because that's what they're showing me. They're showing me literally a little kid with a backpack running away. And I'm like, no, you're not going anywhere. Ooh, 1 second. All right, sorry about that, Libra. I felt a coughing fit coming, and that is exactly what happened. It was not pleasant. Now, so it brings this person, like, it gives them a little bit of a tickle, like a little bit of a haha kind of feeling to make you feel as though, to make you sad, to make you feel bad for the moment. Because I think you both know that whatever is going on between you, this is not the end all be all of it. I think for the most part, you both agree that you're connected forever in some type of way. And for right now, maybe you're just not able to get along. Maybe you're not seeing things from the same perspective, or you're not on the same page, what have you. And that's okay. I think you, or whoever is in the Five of Cups, it could be the other person, it is a general, can go vice versa. So whoever's in the Five of Cups, they might be feeling it a little bit more because, again, okay, that's why. Because this is different. This reaction by this person, this actual, like, I'm going to go and move out of the house, going back to the young adult who's out of college, that's a change because they've lived with you now for what, the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years or whatever. And like, you've gotten used to having them live with you. And now they're like, no, I'm serious. Because again, there is some practical movement here. There is practical change with the Knight of Pentacles. This person has the means and the capability to change their circumstances or to change their behavior, and they're going to do it. The not so practical, kind of silly or immature energy, which is not typical all the time, is that Knight of Cups. Their reasoning behind it is to spite you. The reasoning behind it is to show, I'm a big boy, I'm a big girl, and I can do this, right? Now, the fallout or the consequence or the result is that you're really, or someone is like pretty dismayed about this, like shocked possibly by this with the Five of Cups. But I'm telling you, it's not really a change in the permanent sense. Maybe it's changed for the better. I don't know. Now, why do I say all this? You're connected and all that kind of stuff. Because here it is. Some of you have already peeped it. 2 of Cups. So, if you've been with my channel for a while, you already know what I say about this. Soulmates. And maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. And I still say that. And actually, I'm going to say something slightly different. I do feel that in many of your cases, you are dealing with someone with a soulmate. What I will say, which you, again, if you're familiar with my channel, you know what I'm going to say. It doesn't mean that this is a romantic relationship. We haven't really talked about partnership of a romantic sense at all here. It could be at play here. But soulmates can be friends and family members. So if this is your child, or this is your brother, your sister, your best friend, it doesn't matter. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, they, in some of your cases, are your soulmate. The reason I want to affirm that is because my definition, my personal definition of what a soulmate is present here. Contentious, difficult energies, moments where you want to like wrap your fingers, wrap your hands around their neck and squeeze until they pop like a little grape or something like that. I don't advocate violence. I'm not trying to tell you to go choke anybody. But like, that is the feeling that often happens with soulmates. Soulmates are not cookie cutter, you know, sprinkles and rainbows all the time. There are moments of great adulation and great joy and happiness and just, you know, all kinds of fulfillment and everything with a soulmate. There are high moments of like you're laughing until like your lungs are about to fall out, or you have, if it's a romantic or sexual connection, the sex is amazing. It's out of this world. And then there are going to be times where like you're in the depths of the shit and you can't stand this person. Just them breathing next to you is irritating. You see what I mean? That to me is what a soulmate is. You know why? Well, I'm not going to get into the philosophy of it, but that's my definition of a soulmate. And I feel that that definition is fulfilled here. This person, you have wonderful connection with them. You have a wonderful history with them. You love them to the ends of the earth. You love them to the moon and back. And they feel the same way about you. But at this moment, for this reading, you guys are in the off season. You guys are in the slump. You're not really getting along. You're kind of getting on each other's nerves. And you are challenging each other in ways that you don't appreciate right now, but you will appreciate in the end. And that to me is more the purpose of a soulmate. Soulmates are not here to affirm that everything in your life is hunky-dory and dandy, and everything that you're doing, everything that you are involved in is the best thing since sliced bread, is delicious like a piece of cheesecake, which I actually don't like cheesecake, but I know many people do. Soulmates are here to challenge you repetitively, over and over and over again for the length of your relationship, whether it's a lifetime, whether it's a few years, it doesn't matter. They come in to encourage you to grow and self-examine and reevaluate what you do, what they do, and it's reciprocated. You share that together. So this person, as much as they're upsetting you right now, you in the past and in the future will upset them. You're going to put them in the Five of Cups at some point, if you haven't done so already. Not maybe purposely, maybe not. But right now, Libra, it's your turn to feel Five of Cups and them to be like, huh, that's what you get. Yeah, well, you brought it on yourself. You know, whatever their attitude is, right? And then eventually those tables will turn and that energy will shift. And then you will do that towards them. That is what soulmates do. If you've been with my channel before, you know who I'm about to talk about, my sister. We have done that our entire lives. In the length of time that I've known her, and the length of time that she has known me, that is what we do to each other over and over and over again. Do I love her? Absolutely. Endlessly. Beyond the time I exist in this world, I will love my sister. And she'll feel the same way about me. But for God's sakes, if we don't challenge each other, and if we haven't encouraged each other to grow for the sake of ourselves, for the sake of the relationship that we share together, I'm telling you, she's my soulmate. I have other soulmates, but she's the one I talk about the most. That's what you're dealing with here. You have a soulmate with someone that for right now is in the challenging off season. You guys will get back together. You guys will, you know, reconnect and things will go back to quote unquote normal. But do not doubt that this is what you have to go through right now for the growth. You don't like the idea of it, but I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. And look at what's right beneath. Right beneath. Yeah? Ace of Pentacles. So that's the renewal. That's the new path, the new step, the new avenue to walk down, the new opportunity, right? Ace of Pentacles. In terms of tarot, Pentacles again do deal with money, but in general, it's what you value, right? So I feel as though for you, for them, for both of you, this is a new chance to kind of get in line with what you value, what's important to you. In terms of the person who might be moving out or the person who's making different moves in terms of you know, how they spend their money, or what they spend their money on, or how they invest, or how they, you know, whatever. This could be about that. So again, going back to that whole idea of, well, you know, you might tell this person, well, why would you move out? Why would you move out? You know, I'm only charging you $300 to live here. If you move anywhere else, you're going to be paying double that. This person is ready. I told you that. Even though it might not be the most fiscally sound or smart move, that is what they have to do right now. Boom. New way of doing it. New opportunity. You know? Maybe it's a hard lesson for this person. Maybe this is not somebody who went to college. Maybe this is your, you know, 18-year-old or your 17-year-old. And maybe you guys have had one of the nastiest fights you've ever had in your life. And this person's like, I can't take it anymore. I'm moving out. And they're going to learn, or they're going to find a different way to support themselves. Whether that's easy, whether that's challenging, is regardless. There's just a new way of operating and engaging in what we value, or utilizing what we value, right? With the Ace of Pentacles. So a new dawn to this relationship between the two of you, right? Because it falls right beneath that Two of Cups. Wow, that's interesting. For some, they're going back to that thing that I said about, oh, mommy goes and stays at her sister's house for, like, some of you, like, this is the beginning of a separation, a significant separation in a marriage or a long-term relationship. And I don't know what that means in the future. I don't know if that means you guys will get together, but they're showing me definitely like a separation. So that plays for like one or two of you. It's really like a proving ground, this Ace of Pentacles, this feels like. I think that you over here, you are kind of in this fearful space of, oh, it's changed and it's changed forever and we'll never get back to what we had. Probably not. Because what did I just tell you about this whole soulmates thing? It's a chance to be challenged to grow and experience things differently. You know, you are not going to live your life the same way that you did when you were 15, when you were 10, when you were 38. You know what I mean? This person over here, this I don't want things to change attitude or mentality is counterintuitive. Every single day you wake up, you were not what you were yesterday, right? You're not who you were 10 years ago. You were not who you were 2 weeks ago, for God's sakes. I certainly wasn't. Okay? So there's something, yes, that explains it. Thank you. I'm like, why do I have to go back and talk about this? Because I felt like, well, number one, this is the last card in your main spread, so we have to talk about it. Four of Pentacles. Resistance to change, or resistance and a reluctance to accept change. Four of Pentacles has been coming up in many of the readings for January. But Four of Pentacles is about some type of restriction, some type of withholding and reluctance to give to a situation or perceive something differently or be open. And that's what I feel is mostly coming from you, Libra. It does come a little bit from this person, because again, I think that Knight of Cups is a spiteful energy, and they might be being kind of silly viewing it that way, and that could be sort of a restriction or some type of limitation, right? Because the Four of Pentacles can also talk about limitations. So I feel the pair of you in different ways are being restricted or restrictive in the situation. I think both of you in your different ways might be a little stubborn, okay? And that could also be why you are soulmates. You know, the thing about a soulmate, I've talked a lot about this with you guys, more than I have in any other general reading that I post out here on YouTube. Privates, I talk about it all the time. But to me, a soulmate does two things. They reflect who you are, and they reflect who you're not. Both things happen at the same time. So a lot of times you will find that your soulmate is complementary to you as well as a mirror to you, okay? You see yourself in them, they can see themselves in you, but you also are able to spot the differences, okay? So that's what I feel is going on here with this Four of Pentacles. You're both being stubborn, you're both being restrictive or limited in what you're able to understand or perceive of the situation. In the terms of Pentacles, what you're valuing, some of you might have differences in value systems right now, or differences in your opinions right now. But at the same time, you're the same. Okay, I don't know. I feel that will ring true to you guys in a way that you'll understand it, that I can't really explain it. It's just like I feel like I'm able to take for granted that I understand what I'm explaining to you, therefore you understand what I'm explaining to you. I hope that makes sense. So I wouldn't worry too much about this. I think for now you're kind of like feeling crummy about everything, or they're feeling crummy. Again, it's a general, it can go the other way. But I wouldn't worry about it. Tarot is not science, and tarot is temporary, and, you know, shit changes all the time. So regardless of everything that I've said, I think you should really remember the Two of Cups connection that you have with this person. Even if, you know, in the case of like a separation where maybe, you know, you guys have been married for a long time or committed for a long time and you separate. Maybe you separate for good. I don't know. Separation is just separation. Sometimes you reconcile. Sometimes you come back together. But even for those where you know, like, it's like a big disagreement I'm having with this person. We are definitely not going to go back to what we were. That's okay. I think for whoever needs to hear that, that's okay. For things to not go back to the way that they were, that's the progression of life anyway. So why would you be upset about that forever? For now, I understand, you know, we have to go through the motions. We have to feel the feelings. I understand that. But in the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, we have to accept that. Okay? One second. Let me go ahead and... My God, I really hate being sick. It's like, ugh. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get to your outcome. Libra, your outcome is the Temperance card in reverse. I'll show you this upright so you can get used to it. Major Arcana for... not Temperance, I'm sorry, Judgment. Judgment. Major Arcana for Scorpio. But it's in reverse. Am I gonna... I felt like a coughing fit, but I beat it back. I did not want to go off camera and cough, so... Don't get sick, friends. It's not fun. Anyway, Temperance, Judgment. Judgment in reverse. So what was I just saying before I went off camera and went on this like little rant about being sick? Change or separation and possible reconciliation, and in some cases not reconciling with a person. And I did say that also. Judgment is about judgment calls. It is about bringing something back from the dead, as you can see when you look at the card in the upright. Bringing something back from the dead, what was gone and buried and you know, put in the ground. Dunzo, right? Metaphorically speaking, of course. There's not a pet cemetery situation going on here. But in the reverse. So in some of your cases, this separation is going to be final. And whether we're talking about marriage or family relationship, no, it really doesn't matter. And I'm going to tell you that it's not the end of your life, so to speak. It feels that way now in some of your cases, like this is the worst thing that has happened to you. And it might be, you know, it might legit be, but Libra. What did I mention to you before when I was talking about soulmates, right? Soulmates are in your life for a reason. They challenge you, they give you life lessons, they reflect back to you things that need to be healed and worked on in your life, things like that. And what I mentioned, just quickly, I know I said it, which is rare because a lot of times I don't remember what I said like 5 seconds ago, but I know I said that for however long they're in your life, whether it's a lifetime or whether it's a shorter time period, whether it's, 60 years, 5 months, 28 days, I don't care. The timing of it is regardless. And I think many of you are kind of stuck or might be challenged by perceiving of it, or struggle with the timing of this person's departure, right? You can't, I think many of you are not in the mood or able to necessarily appreciate that right now, but I'm telling you, in the grand scheme of things, it's fine. This person not returning to your life, you not returning to their lives, you know, in the way you used to be, again, 5 of Cups, in the way you used to be, that's okay. If you were married for 20 years, you separate, which leads to a divorce sometime. Maybe you're finalizing it in January 2020. I don't know. And then you go on and you become 2 individuals who used to be married. That doesn't negate or doesn't tarnish, truly, in the grand scheme of things, what you used to be. But someone here is really stuck in the mindset of what used to be is what should be. No, that's not progress. That's not, it doesn't make sense. Trying my best not to be a dick about this, but it doesn't make sense. Nothing is how it used to be, ever. You are not the same person you were when you were 6. You're not the same person you were when you were 28. It doesn't make sense. So why stay attached to things as they used to be? You therefore you're, number one, fighting an impossible battle of I hope you get what I'm saying. I know it's difficult to deal with the changes that are going on, the separation. And in some cases, you will separate, but then you'll come back together. I have to throw that out there. Not everybody who's separating from friends or lovers or whoever, you're going to be forever separated. No. In some cases, it is. But in many cases, it's not. It's a temporary thing. But regardless, the fixation on what used to be is wasted energy. Like, I understand we have to go through it a little bit. We all do it. I do it. I'm no saint. I do it myself. But eventually, we got to get out of that, right? So this Judgment in reverse, I feel, is showing me some of you will prolong that state of mind. That feeling will stick around for a minute. That makes sense. I understand. But please don't subscribe fully to the concept, to the idea, to the inclination that, oh, it'll never be as good as it used to be. What kind of shit is that? I don't understand that. I don't. It'll never be as good as it used to be. With that person, maybe. With other people, maybe it'll be better. Whether this is friends, family, lovers, I don't care. I'll never find anybody like that person again. Maybe you'll find someone better. Maybe they are the best thing that happened to you, but that doesn't mean that now for the rest of your life, you're on this downward slope and you're just always going to be experiencing things that are less than. No. If you want to, you can you can do that. That's your choice. Because, you know, whatever, I'm not going to get into it. But that Judgment in reverse, I definitely see that some things that are separated, some things that are changed, they will be changed forever. And I can't tell you, I can't make you believe what I feel. What I feel is it's fine. It's fine. It's what's supposed to be. You know? Whether this person was a temporary soulmate or a lifetime soulmate, it really doesn't matter. But the change and the way things were and now how they're going to be going forward, that is correct. Kind of a turn in my tone there with that outcome. Your overall energy is the Queen of Cups. Water sign energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You could be dealing with a water sign, but you don't have to be. Definitely high, intense emotions going on in this situation for you, for the other person involved, for everybody involved. This could be beyond 2 people. You know, there are 2 people on the 2 of Cups. This night is one and the same. You're here as an individual. You guys, it could be just 2 people, but there is a chance that there's, you know, more of an impact across, you know, friendship circles, families, all that kind of stuff. But regardless, we have a high intensity and high visibility. Well, I'll say visibility of emotions, meaning lots of tears, lots of heart-to-heart conversations, lots of expression of emotions. And if it's not expressed, it should be. Like this Queen of Cups would encourage that. Not a person, just this energy encourages the full opening up of emotions. Let's all come out and express how we really feel about the situation, or just between two people. Let's have a sit-down conversation between two people. I think that I think that possibility is here. If you haven't done it, I would say do it at some point, because she's sort of like a shepherd of that behavior, right? This Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is an open book, open door policy. Everything that we feel can be expressed, whether it's anger, whether it's frustration, whether it's sadness, whether it's happiness and elation, whatever we're feeling. Let's put it all out here on the table. And if you're not able to express it, if this person or you are not open to conversation, this then would be a full acknowledgement to the self. This is how I'm feeling. These are the reactions I'm having regarding this situation. It might just be something that you have to journal about, or do like a vlog about. You know, if you can't express it to this person directly, maybe they're not taking your calls, maybe, you know, you guys are, you know, taking a timeout in exchanging information to each other. Maybe you need to record it, maybe, you know, write it down, vocal recording, vocal audio recording, you know, whether you want to do a video, I don't know. And what you do with it, I don't know. You know, just because you write something down or you record something doesn't mean that other people need to see it. You just might need to do it for yourself. But there is sort of this interest, I think, with this Queen of Cups energy to do some type of self-therapy. Take care of yourself. If you can't get together with other people or this other person, if you can't, you know, sit down and have these conversations and express yourselves fully with each other, you have to let it out. That's the other, you know, all queens are about letting things out, putting out the energy, or putting out what they are in charge of, what they are masters of. In the case of Cups, emotions, put it out, let it out. Okay. I think that is very important for you and the other person. And if they are not able to do it, or if they're not capable of doing it, don't let that stop you. Do it on your own. Again, self-therapy, okay? Libra, that is your reading for January. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you want to let me know how this reading resonated in your life, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I love to read your comments. They've been very entertaining thus late. So it's been really affirming for me as a reader. So if you want to share any of your feedback, that would be amazing. You can also share the video, let other people know that you like my stuff and you enjoy watching my videos. And the biggest one of all, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, guys, because, you know, I do these monthlies, I do mids, I'm going to be doing non-communication readings. I'm probably going to put those into February just because of the time. A girl's got to go to work. So I don't really have the time for that, but you have a lot of things to look forward to see. And if you're subscribed, you're going to see those things. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Libra, like I said, I'll be back soon doing the mids. Again, I'll be back in February to do the monthlies. I will go live at some point in January for the entire collective. Be on the lookout for that being announced on the community tab. Just in case you want to pop by and get a question answered by your favorite girl with the anonymous pair of hands on the internet, okay? All right, Libra, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Bye.